So, parts of the revision process we've already discussed in Unit 2, but Unit 3, we're going to talk about revising for unity and revising for development. Okay? So, after you have your rough draft completed, we can't just leave it at that. We have to do something with it. So, we are looking for, do our paragraphs have unity when the sentences within them are all related to that topic sentence? Are they unified around a single controlling idea? Sometimes you have to rearrange your sentences, or sometimes you have to remove sentences that don't quite fit. So you want to think of it as a jigsaw puzzle, right? Some of those pieces might not belong in the puzzle at all. Some don't fit where we have them. We have to make sure that we are getting the perfect picture in our jigsaw puzzle. Okay, so what you're going to do on the next screen, there are sentences. I want you to hit pause and I want you to write the number of each sentence in order as they would show up in a well-developed, unified paragraph. And then get rid of any sentences that don't fit. Okay? All right, so hit pause and you're going to rearrange. So put your numbers in order, getting rid of the ones that don't fit. All right, are you ready to see which ones get organized where? So 6, 2, 1, 3, 5. Sentence 4 doesn't fit. We need to get rid of it. What about sentence 7? Nope. It doesn't have anything to do with the reproductive rate. So we're getting rid of 4 and 7. So our paragraph should be 6, 2, 1, 3, 5. How'd you do? Okay. So that same process we want to apply not only to our paragraphs to make sure that they all revolve back around our topic sentence, but also to entire essays. Essays have unity whenever all the paragraphs within those essays are related to the thesis statement. Okay? Same thing. Think of it as the jigsaw puzzle analogy. Some of the pieces may not belong, others don't fit together in the way you have them, and you have to rearrange them. Okay? So you want to make sure that you do your best working through that writing process to organize your thoughts first, right? Graphic organizer of some kind. Turn that into your rough draft, and then you're revising. You're looking at it for clarity, you're looking at it for unity, you're looking at it for development, and that will then inform your second draft. Get rid of what doesn't belong and rearrange it so that it makes the most sense. Okay? We're also going to talk about, let me go back to the beginning here. Sorry, I should have that. We're also going to talk about development. Okay, so not only do your paragraphs need to be unified, but they also have to be developed well. What does that mean? Well, think of it in terms of a tree. Okay, if you plant a baby tree, anyone ever done that? For a long time, it looks like it's not going to survive, right? But over time, it will develop into a full, mature tree if you take care of it, if you give it what it needs. Right? Paragraphs and essays can also be that spindly little tree if you don't spend enough time developing your ideas. Look at this paragraph. It's 2 sentences. You're in college. 2 sentences is not going to cut it. It needs better development. Okay. This is a more nicely developed paragraph. It's still a little short. You might want to put some minor details in here, but it's far more better developed than the 2-sentence paragraph. You want to think about your audience. as you're writing and as you're revising your pieces of writing. And you want to think about, what does your audience need in order to understand your point of view? This paragraph here on this slide, it needs better development. Think about it. If you're a reader, if you're reading this, what would you want? What kind of other information would be necessary to really understand what the author is saying? What about this? That paragraph is much better. There are specific details. There's major and minor details. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. That paragraph is much more developed. This one, too short. 3 sentences, far too brief. Okay. You would want to, go back in and think about some supporting details that you could add to flesh it out and to make it more developed. So if your thesis is how many long-term effects it can have, there's actually no effects in this paragraph. So you would have to describe what those effects are to prove that it's serious. Sorry. So when you read this section of chapter 10, I want you to look at the techniques that it gives you for revising for unity and revising for development. And then as you work later on in this unit on your full-on writing piece, once you get your draft and you're revising, you have things to look for to make your paragraph or your writing stronger. And that's what we're going for.